1300 hours Pakistan Standard Time. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Daman Zaman. The headlines. A meeting of the National Coordination Committee for COVID-19, chaired by the Prime Minister, was held in Islamabad today. The president left for Beijing today on a two-day visit to China to convey strong support and solidarity of Pakistan to the Chinese government and its people in efforts to contain COVID-19. Pakistan and China have agreed to establish two new joint working groups under CPAC for agriculture and science and technology. The United States, Britain, France, and Germany have called on the Syrian regime to shun violence and engage in a political settlement. And now the news in detail. A meeting of the National Coordination Committee for COVID-19, chaired by the Prime Minister Imran Khan, was held in Islamabad today. The Minister for Religious Affairs Nurul Haq Qadri, Interior Minister Ijaz Shah, Advisor on Finance Hafiz Sheikh, Special Assistant on National Health Services Dr. Zafar Mirza, Special Assistant on Information and Broadcasting Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, Special Assistant for Overseas Pakistanis Syed Zulfikar Abbas Bukhari, and others were present on the occasion. All the chief ministers were also present through video link. The President, Dr. Arif Alvi, left for Beijing today on a two-day visit to China. During his visit, the President will hold meetings with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping and the leadership of the host country. This is the President's first visit to China, which is aimed at conveying and extending strong support and solidarity of Pakistan to the government and people of China in its efforts to contain the spread of COVID-19. The Minister for Planning and Development, Asad Umar, says Pakistan and China will establish two new joint working groups under the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor for Agriculture and Science and Technology. In a tweet, he said memorandum of understanding to this effect will be signed in Beijing tomorrow. The minister said this is part of broadening of CPAC from the first phase, which was mainly infrastructure, to a much broader economic partnership. Asad Umar said the governments of Pakistan and China believe that CPAC has entered a new phase of expansion with increasing cooperation in different projects. The Special Assistant to the Prime Minister on National Health Services, Dr. Zafar Mirza, has said Pakistan is fully prepared to cope with the challenge of coronavirus. Chairing a meeting of Emergency Core Group in Islamabad today, he said facilities of coronavirus tests are being provided in 14 laboratories. The Special Assistant on Information and Broadcasting, Dr. Firdaus Ashik Awan, says the government has started an awareness campaign regarding prevention, symptoms, and treatment of coronavirus. In a tweet, she said there is no need of being scared of the virus. Rather, we need to combat it with full preparedness. In Sindh, a number of coronavirus cases has risen to 76 after 50 people arrived in Sakkar from Taftan tested positive. The spokesman of the provincial government, Murtaza Wahab, said 2 patients have been discharged while 74 are being kept in isolation. In Europe, Italy, Spain, and France have recorded the highest death tolls in a single day due to pandemic coronavirus. Italy reported 368 deaths, bringing its total to 1,809. Spain recorded 97 more deaths for a total of 288, and France reported 29 deaths, giving a total of 120. The United Kingdom also saw a single-day record with 14 new deaths. Meanwhile, Germany, Portugal, the Czech Republic, Austria, and other European countries have tightened border control and clamped down as a preventive measure. The World Health Organization has now declared Europe the epicenter of the pandemic, which originated in China. In occupied Kashmir, the chairman Jammu and Kashmir People's Movement, Mir Shahid, has urged the Indian minorities to support the just struggle of the Kashmiri people. Addressing a convention in Jammu, he said the Bharatiya Janata Party-led Hindutva regime in India has left no space for the minorities, and it wants every member of the minorities to be reduced to the second-class citizen status. He appealed the minorities to raise their voice against the gross human rights violations in Jammu and Kashmir. The United States, Britain, France, and Germany have called on the Syrian regime to end the violence and engage in a political settlement of the crisis on the basis of a United Nations resolution. In a joint statement, the four world powers slammed the reckless military offensive in Idlib province, which caused an unprecedented humanitarian crisis, and demanded a ceasefire. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website, radio.gov.pk, and you can also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link, facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.